Hi, I'm Jim Hood, and my family and I have lived in Ulverscroft since 1989. And in this short video, I'm going to tell you the history of the house as best I can. The house is located in Duckle Road, just west of Porterfield Road, and it faces southwest. It's on the north side. It stands in about an acre and a half of ground. The original deeds say that there was permission given to build one house, one villa, or two flats, and the house was built in 1896 and occupied as one villa at that time. It was split in 1919, and at that time we think the conservatory and the extensions out to the rear were added, as well as two bedrooms in the attic. The accommodations of the house: there are three very large public rooms looking out over the valley and Misty Law. There are a further 5 bedrooms, 2 of them upstairs in the attic and 3 on the main floor, kitchen, utility room and a dressing room, and there are now 3 bathroom cum shower rooms. The original occupiers of the house were the Pattison family, and the head of the household is cited as being a cloth merchant or a calico printer or a dry salter, depending on which year we're talking about. But as a cloth merchant, he travelled a lot between Glasgow and New York, and indeed his family, his children, were educated part of the time in Philadelphia, and it may be that his wife came from that city. Unfortunately, I think he died just before the house was built. But the title deeds are in his name, John Henry William Pattison, and the few duties were paid from his estate for many years after that. So the family that moved in were his wife, his daughter, his son-in-law. Son-in-law is an interesting chap, Captain Alexander Tupman, a Royal Navy captain who spent much of his time in the South Pacific, and I think met and married his wife Rebecca in the States. Another interesting family who stayed in the house are the Crows, and Philip Crow was a keen gardener. In fact, for many years the house was called the Crow's House, and Philip Crow was a member of the Scottish Rock Garden Club, indeed a committee member, and he spent a lot of time in the garden. He built the rock garden, and you can read about some of his work in the rock garden at the URL that's there, where he talks about the pond that he built. The story goes that in his later years, Philip went blind, but continued to maintain the garden from memory on his hands and knees without being able to see what he was doing. Of course, there's us, the Hood family, and this is my daughter Lindsay and son Andrew, many years ago, not long after we moved into the house, standing in the rock garden, the Japanese azaleas, which looked stunning in May, which Philip Crow planted. And that's the history as far as I know it.